You can't see the curvature of the Earth because your eyes are round. Well, then Jamie should be able to see it. Chris Jobs Aquarium tanks with the $4.20 super chat. I think by looking at Mike's eyes, we know what that means. Thank you, Chris.
Technical answer, only if it's from Flip Aquatics. Could it handle that load?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're clearly superior.
Yeah,
Clearly
Flip Aquatics
superior.
knows how to handle a load.
That's right.
Wow, who is this guy? Right, Bob? Man, he's been voted out of the league.
This is the best part. I think Bob
Man.
literally got tears coming out his nose at this point.
There's my mic. How's everyone doing? We're gonna have an echo for a second, but now it's gone. Nope. Yep, now it's gone. Oh, we got a lot of people here today already. We have what do we got here? Joe Campbell, thank you for dropping a deuce before the stream. I appreciate it. Also, we got a new member. Thank you to the new member. I appreciate it. And everyone here. We'll give it maybe another 30 seconds for people to roll in. I realize that's the point of the intro, but people are still coming in. Gary, sorry about that, buddy. Get it shipped out tomorrow for you. What else do we got? Anything? Easygoer. Oh, there was an early question. Easygoer guy says, in negotiations with my wife on a new tank. She wants a 50-gallon bow front corner tank, which I despise. And he's hoping for a 75-gallon, just a regular 75-gallon. The obvious difference is the extra 20 gallons of water, obviously. But yeah, as we discussed before the stream, Easygoer guy, bow front tanks are terrible to film. They're impossible to take pictures of. Not impossible, not even close to impossible. But still, they just make these like weird, it's like looking kind of like through a magnifying glass, but not really. It just distorts everything that's like not right in front of you, if that makes sense. And cameras don't like it at all. So I get the appeal of the corner tanks because they fit nicely in a corner. I mean, they look good theoretically, but I mean, let's be real. Nothing beats a rectangle. And you get 21 extra gallons, 19 extra gallons, 21, whatever. Bow front, you see a double fish. So has the website been stocked? The website is as stocked as it's going to be right now. Some stuff is already sold out. I was up till about 4 in the morning, Bob. I haven't done anything on that website in 3 months, and I'm looking at the website right now. I basically had to relearn how to do everything. So yeah, it took a while. I do have some rainbow fish that are not on the website yet. But they will be, but it's pretty close. Fish Tank Barn, thanks for the deuce there. I appreciate it. So yeah, the website is back up and running in case you haven't noticed, with way less fish. I've been talking about this for months. I accidentally closed down the website. Let me pull it back up. One second. I had this all set up and then I accidentally closed it down. Okay, so we should be able to go to that's it. As you can see, a lot less stuff. Rainbowfish, rasboras, other inverts, and live bearers. Pretty soon, the live bearers will be gone as well. I've got a ton of fry of lime green and rainbow and Santa Marias growing out. And as soon as they grow out and sell them off, all these will be gone. No more live bearers. I will keep doing shrimp, but I currently have none. And other fish is where you're going to see other fish. Like I did bring in some orange Von Rio tetras because they were huge and they were orange and they looked really good. So yeah, it's not like I'm never, Matthew Vargas says, I'm reporting this website. Where the heck are the corridoras? It's not like I'm never going to bring them in. So this is where you're going to want to go for other fish. I still can't get clown killies. I'll have peacock gudgeons. They're going through quarantine right now. Pandagaras, I still cannot get. Well, I can get Pandagaras, but they're insanely expensive, so I'm not. So there will be times when I get like one-off fish, like corridoras, but it just depends on. There's a couple different factors. Obviously, price, how big they are, things like that, and on the odd times I bring them in, this is where you will find them. I will always have rasboras because I love rasboras. I have neon greens in quarantine right now. And then strawberry rasbora. That's all I have right now. I do have a couple neon blues, but not enough to sell. So otherwise, it's just pretty much rainbow fish, obviously. And I have yellows, turquoise, thread fins. Praycock's already sold out, but I got more, so they'll be restocked this week. The parvas are amazing. Goiter rivers are amazing. You've seen those on videos plenty of times. It will be a while before I get Bosemani. And like I said, there's a few species that I have that are not. I think 3 species that are not on here right now. That'll get added probably next week. When they get out of quarantine. But thread fins, I have lots of thread fins. Yeah, so this is, I've been talking about this whole time, is just scaling back and focusing specifically on rainbow fish. And, that's what I want to do. So that's what I'm doing. Get it? Don't get it? I don't care. Either way, that's what I'm doing. Bob Kaler with the deuce. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Assuming you're not bringing in 100 pygmy cories. I still have, I don't even know, maybe 24 of those Habrosis corridoras, and I like them, so I'm keeping them. I have a genuine question because right now my fish tank is an immense ammonia spike, and I'm trying to fix it, but I have a lot of fish and had a few losses, and no one seems to want to take any of my fish. Danny DeVito, it can be hard to get rid of fish, but the only thing you could do is more water changes. If your ammonia spiking, you definitely want to get rid of dead fish because that's probably why it's spiking. Water changes daily if you have to, and then get yourself some Seachem Prime or some Seachem Safe to neutralize the ammonia to detoxify it. Joel says pygmy cories don't ship well. Is that true? I do not have any issues with pygmy cories. If anything, I think pygmy cories would be better shippers personally. As far as cories that I've received, pygmy cories, corridoras Habrosis, and corridoras Hastatus, I've gotten all those in without any problems. Any of the larger corridoras, I've had a lot of problems with. So, yeah, in my opinion, pygmies ship better than larger corridoras. Zen Ginger with the $10 Fox. Good luck. Thank you, Zen Ginger. I appreciate it. This is the reason. There's a couple of reasons for downscaling. One is just it was a lot for one person to manage when I still have a ton of other projects going on. So narrowing it down to rainbow fish, something that I'm really passionate about, just made a lot of sense, and it also clears up time just for other projects like YouTube. I mean, YouTube is still a majority of my income. So, yeah. Speaking of YouTube, the Downsizing is going to allow me to make more videos. So that's going to be the new schedule. You see schedule change. We're we're keeping 2 live streams, but we're going back to 2 videos every Wednesday and Saturday. So 2 videos a week, 2 live streams, and we'll see how that goes for a couple months and adjust if we need to, but I'm pretty excited. I've got a lot of videos filmed, so I'm going to be able to do 2 videos for a long time. No problem. It's going to be pretty sweet. Are out of stock? What? Barbara Jackson brings up an extra point as well. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hit the like button. When are we getting car videos? The first car video will be out this week as well. So a lot of stuff happening this week. A lot of stuff. Yes. It's gonna be an interesting week, a fun week. Definitely a fun week. I'm shipping again. Got multiple videos, got a car video. I haven't decided if I'm going to do weekly car videos yet. It's either going to be weekly or bi-weekly. But yet the car I bought will make its first appearance on Saturday or Sunday. I haven't decided. Fish video on Saturday. I'll probably do car videos on Sunday. But we'll see. We'll see. It's awesome. I have not met one person that has not liked my car, and I get comments even when I stop at the gas station. People comment on my car, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I drive it everywhere. So that's pretty much all I got for you. The website, downsizing, more videos. Pretty good, right? I think so. What are there? So Bob Kaler says I shipped 20 fish today to California, 1 person, not Nashville. I have, man, what a time to open up. Like, there's heat waves. Everyone that has gotten fish is going through a heat wave right now. So I can't even ship most of my orders. David Reed says, how are your rads doing? I have yet to move them outside because the weather here is still atrocious. It's unexplainable. I've never seen this kind of weather ever, as long as I've been alive in Seattle. I'm guessing it's a Geo Metro convertible. No, Dwayne, but I would totally roll a Geo Metro and get 100 miles to the gallon. Absolutely. I would rather have a Geo Tracker, though. Geo Tracker. So the rads are doing really well. Still waiting to be moved outside. I am insulating the ponds, so hopefully that'll help. And that's actually next weekend's project, so we'll see how well that goes. But hopefully. Like, if I just cruise over here, look at my weather. 67, 63 as a high in July. That is insane. That is the high, 63. It's stupid. It's stupid. Did you say downsizing? Matthew Vargas with the $3 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Yes. But just to Rainbowfish. I mean, that's kind of... Rainbowfish has been kind of my thing since I started fish keeping. So, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And what's going on? What's going on here? No. Settle down, guys in chat. Settle down. Settle down. Curtis says 94 here in Michigan. I mean, just give me, if it would just give me like mid 70s consistently, like normal, then I'd be happy. But, man, 50 degrees, 63 degrees. Which specific rainbows? What do you mean? Like, which specific rainbows am I putting outside? Which specific rainbows do I like? Because I like all of them. All of them. It's 89 in Knoxville. Matthew says he can't stop laughing about the fact that I'm not going to get tropical fish out until August. I mean, if I'm lucky. The thing is that I want to keep I want the temperature to stay above 65 for rads. That's it. But it still sometimes drops down into the 50s at night. And some rads in the wild go that cold, but I don't want to risk it because they're expensive fish and they took me years to get. And I just don't want to risk it. Like, I have 2 separate colonies of Siri Creek right now. So if one colony crashes, I have a backup colony. So I've got enough of Siri Creek to do that. The other ones I have, I don't. So they're all one colony still. But David Reese says, which specific rainbows are you keeping? Whatever you can get. It's basically, I mean, so every single species that's on the website, I keep personally. I have. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 16. Plus the species I have that are not on the website. I probably have 25 or 30 different species of rainbow fish currently. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to double that by the end of the year. That's the goal. I want 50 different species of rainbow fish by the end of the year. So we'll see how well that works out. I don't know. Louisiana has had a heat index of 110. Aquarium Cowboys, I'm fine with heat. Yeah, like even if it was in the 90s, if it was triple digits, like I'm okay with that. I can keep the pond cool for practically free, relatively cheap. To heat up the pond would cost a fortune, especially because there's 2 of them. They're 400 gallons. That would cost me a lot, and I don't want to do it. I hate hot. I'm okay with heat. I would much rather be in a position, like I said, of cooling down ponds than heating them up. Oh, what? I read something and now I lost it. A bunch of crazy stuff happening in Washington, Bob. Does the weather actually surprise you? This weather does. Yeah, I mean, it's July. Getting 50-degree weather in July is pretty crazy. Oh, man. 110. That might be too hot. That might be too hot. Bob, time to move away from the cold places if you want to do tubs. I mean, this is a completely just unusual year. So it's never been like this before, ever. So we'll see. I messaged Danny the other day and I said, F it, I'm moving to Arizona because the weather's just been insane. Congrats, Sean. OOTD. Congrats on the drain work. Drain work? Did I miss something? Dwayne says, I have a massive jump start on rads over you. My fry are already showing colors. Oh gosh, and we're talking tubs. Yeah, well, just complaining about the weather, basically. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I feel bad for Danny because I complain almost every day to her. I started my pond in May in New York City. Just removed about 400 guppy juvenile. Off they go to you know who. Yeah, so I mean, if I was doing guppies, I could have had guppies out in the tubs long ago, like months ago. I've had golden white cloud minnows out there for probably at least a month now. If I was doing guppies, I could definitely put guppies out there, no problem. Last year I kept guppies out there when the daytime highs were in the 50s, so not a big deal for them. Isn't Seattle known for great weather? It actually is. It actually is. Takes pressure off of you for being the complainer. Yeah. Bob, did you light off a lot of fireworks on the 4th? I wouldn't say a lot, but a decent amount. A decent amount. We had one firework that lasted over a minute, so that was pretty cool. Mike says, been putting several mops of rainbow fish eggs in ponds and yet to see any fry. I hope they're hanging out towards the bottom. That's not a good sign. Typically they hang out towards the surface, but you never know. Maybe they're shy hanging out towards the bottom. Gotta keep your fingers crossed. Yeah, I got the drain and the fish shed completed today. Bob was lighting those cakes. I wish I had a drain. If I had a drain, I would just I wouldn't even do like auto water changer. I would just get the hose and just drain it onto the floor. Why not? I had a Roman candle blow up in my hand. Thankfully, no injury. There's not much powder in those things anyways. Do you know how to hatch bass eggs? Probably just put them in water. I mean, it can't be that hard to hatch bass eggs. I've never done it, but actually, I shouldn't say anything because I've never done it. I can't imagine it being very hard, but like I said, I've never done it. Curtis says, it's okay, Bob. I haven't had any fish in the pond yet. Been too busy to order anything. That's not the worst thing in the world. Barbara says, we had tons of illegal fireworks going off here all weekend. As a result, we've had dozens of grass fires all around the Bay Area. Yeah, who was it? Somebody posted a picture of LA from a drone or a video. It was pretty awesome. Grass fires aren't, but fireworks are. Good luck on the reopening, Bob. A virtual 10 spot to hang on your fish room wall. Thank you, Matthew Vargas. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just still looking at the site here. I think it's gonna be all right. We'll see though. We'll see. Fish Tank Barn says, making spawning mops on my list for this week. Fish Tank Barn, you found a place for all those fish? For people who don't know, Mike went over to Jimmy's house and picked up all his extra tanks that he's not bringing. Cali is always on fire. It seems that way. It seems that way. It wasn't too bad here. I had the scanner on for quite a while, and when I'm done listening to fireworks, I always turn the scanner on. And this was by far the most mild, like, uneventful night ever. A lot of the calls didn't have to do with fire at all. That's what I do in my basement with 2 drains. Petsotics, multiple aquariums. Yeah, I wish. I so wish. I also, I monitor the government auction sites a lot because you can always sometimes find some pretty neat stuff there. And there was a school not too far north of me auctioning off entire portable units, you know, like the portable classrooms. So it's an entire building. Still, it came with all ventilation, the air conditioning unit, everything. It was, I think, 28 feet by 30 feet, just a complete building for $100. That's it. There was two portables, and they sold for $100. Like, I mean, you want to talk about like a free fish room, basically free. $100 for a 28 by 30, just a wide open room with AC, with the heat. I mean, if I had a way to move it, I would have bought them both. I don't know where I would have put them. I put them out in the street. I don't care. Yeah, when there's no rain from June to October, things kind of get dry. Yeah. Do you know how much you can sell those construction companies for? Do you know how much you can sell those 2 construction companies for? Oh, man. It was crazy. There's also an there's this has nothing to do with fish. I'm just there's an F8000, a Ford F8000 fire truck for sale that I have my eye on. I'll just drive around and put out my own fires. Costs more to move them. I would imagine. I mean, it was only like 20 miles away. So, like, how much would it cost to move one of them? Realistically, I would only have space for one in my yard. Even if it was like 2,000, like, it's still worth it. It's a complete building with everything. Hey, go lick that somewhere else. That's gross. I put a bucket under my concrete floor and threw a sump in it for water changes. My yard gets really green. Yeah, in my old fish room that was inside, I pumped the water out into the grass. And, yeah, it stayed green all year round. Fire truck would be awesome. Heck yeah. Now Bob's driving the bus. They had 37-foot community transit buses for $1,500 running in decent shape. $1,500. You can pretty much just gut that thing and you have a $1,500 motorhome. Telling you, you got to keep an eye on those Government auction sites. You can find a lot of neat stuff. Pull up to the gym in a fire truck. Yeah. I would just drive around. Not really a problem now, Zen. I can cook, so win-win. Really? What? Just leave Kenny. Late to the party, guys. Kenny Schindler. Buses could make good tiny houses. I want an RV that I could drive around and come visit people in. Like, I want to drive around the country doing fish room tours, fish store tours. I think that would be awesome. I think I'm pretty far away from making that happen because RVs are stupid expensive, but I think that would be really fun. Matthew says, Bob is one-upping Jimmy's fancy pickup truck. Yeah. Yep. Fire truck. Buses, I wouldn't want to live in a bus permanently, but yeah, driving around the country, visiting fish rooms, visiting subscribers, members, just everyone. I think it'd be fun. Volkswagen old school bus, yes. The problem is those things are insanely expensive now. The price on those is just skyrocketing. Skyrocketing. You want a mil-spec Humvee? I used to own one, believe it or not. Kind of owned one. In a roundabout way. For about a year before they found it. Gave up trying to pay for rainbows? What? A bus would be good to drive bus would be good to drive the fish fam to aquatic shows. Yeah, I mean, sure, yeah. That'd be cool too. I don't know that I want to drive a 37-foot bus though. That's pretty dang huge. I don't know. I'd rather have one of the smaller buses that I rode in high school. Yes, I rode the small bus in high school. I have an option to get a pre-plumbed. Andrew says I have an option to get a pre-plumbed 75-gallon for $65. I don't have anything to plumb it to. Is it still worth it? I think, well, I mean, that's up to you. The $1 per gallon sale has either started or starting. I forgot to check. And you can just buy a 20-gallon tank and plumb it to that and have yourself a $20 sump. But is it worth it? It's really up to you. I mean, that's pretty cheap. If it was like one of the older, like super old models with the thick glass and the big center brace in the middle, I probably wouldn't buy it. But if it was one of like the newer Aquions or something like that, that's probably worth it. John says, have had 24 plus zebra pleco babies this summer. Eventually I want 150 to 200 adults and a 120 discus zebra tank. Will be so epic when it's done. 200 zebra plecos and discus in one tank. You're gonna be doing daily water changes, my friend. Wait, Creeks Aquatics says what? I have no idea. Sean says, yep, so excited it's finally done. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Not yet, just went in today and tanks are being stockpiled soon. The $1 per gallon sale, yes. The one in Marysville, South Marysville, has like pallets of tanks. Candy says July 12th, so next weekend. Is that next weekend? Yep, next Sunday. $1 per gallon sale next Sunday, folks. Get ready. 200 plecos and 120 gallon, that's a lot. Yeah, I mean, zebra plecos are small, so, but that still sounds like daily water changes to me. Zenjinder says, I'm getting a zebra pleco this week. They're pretty awesome. I have zebra pleco and leopard frog pleco in the same tank, and I love when they're right next to each other because it looks pretty awesome. What would be your best choice of schooling fish for a 55-gallon community tank? Oh, there's so many possibilities. T-shot. I mean, obviously I'm going to say rainbows because rainbow fish are my thing. But man, a 4-foot tank, you could do just about anything. Just about any tetra, any rainbow fish, anything. I don't care what anybody says. Bob, you are the coolest. Too cool for school. With my pink water. Although it's not pink on camera, so that's good, I guess. I don't know. Matthew says, Bob, I have a negotiation to make with you. I do negotiate. Oh, you're getting 5 zebra plecos? Oh, I guess that was plural. 5 zebra plecos. That's amazing. I kind of wish I never got rid of my zebra plecos, but I can say that about just about any fish I've ever had. Bob, your site won't take my PayPal. That seems just about impossible, but I believe you. But it seems impossible. Let's see if that's something I can look at real quick. If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis. Little Billy Madison for you guys. All right, let's see what's going on here. I do not negotiate with terrorists, but I do negotiate. All right, let's see. Oh, somebody bought a t-shirt. Thank you very much. Those are my favorite orders, the ones where I don't have to do anything. All right. Manage payments. Let's see. Getting ready to lay vinyl flooring in the whole house and move around 9 aquariums plus 10 reptile enclosures. Going to be a long process. Yes, it is. PayPal Express checkout is activated. So, Mr. Bob Kaler, this is not going to be an easy fix because it says that PayPal is activated and turned on. So, well, that's something I'm going to have to fix after the stream or dig more into. My girls like plecos when they were younger, but they don't anymore? Is what you're saying? T-Shot says, I'm thinking Rummy-Nose Tetras. So Rummy-Nose Tetras do well with rainbows. And they're an excellent schooling tetra. Which rainbow would I recommend? Honestly, you have to pick that out. Tell me what your favorite color is, and I'll tell you what rainbow to get. It looks pink to me. Full-size Yucatan Mollies in 55 are awesome. Hey, Bob, suggestion for high-temp cories for Hypencistrus or discus tanks. You know, small fry aquatics, I've never really done much research. I know people that have kept research on corridors and higher temps. But I know people have done like stir-by corridors in low 80s. I'm sure a lot of corridors would do well in like 82. But if you're talking like 85, I've never done it. Maybe someone in chat has some suggestions. Fish Room Fever, dropping a deuce. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I haven't laughed in days. I laughed till I almost peed myself. I just watched to see what everybody would say. What? I'm lost. Steenfott, I was watching your zebra pleco video last night. I do miss them. I have one left. I did keep one. I have one zebra, one L397, one leopard frog pleco. I don't know. I have to keep one of these fish. I mean, I've been after the L397 for years, so. This 40-second Steenfott video from September 2014 only has 5. Oh gosh, I don't even want to know what video this is. Oh man. Look at all these comments, all 7 of them. I'm going to heart them all. I haven't seen any of these people on my channel in forever. There we go. Jeffrey Watts says, I bought a 20 standard tank for my pea puffers. Cycling and waiting for plants in the mail. Will be getting my puffers next week. That is awesome. How many are you getting? I'm curious. Standard, so I'm guessing not the long. Bob, I saw L397 on sale for $71. Good price. Great price? No. Good price? Probably. It really depends on the size, though. Like, are they fry, juvenile, subadult, adult? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember where I got my L397. I don't remember. I remember how much I paid, but I don't remember where I got it. Matthew mentioned his negotiation. Since you will still not show cichlid tanks to members, show off the fancy pleco tank to members. I actually went to film. So I did a members only video today. Calm down, non-members. It's just a minute-long video. Nothing great. And when I went to film, I filmed a betta, and I was gonna film the African cichlids, but the tank wasn't looking that great, so I did a water change, and hopefully be cleared up tomorrow, and then I can do the African cichlid. Sea Candy is intrigued. Nice background, thank you. This is Jimmy's tank. I'm pretty sure it does not exist anymore. I was going to PetSmart yesterday for a 39 kit. They had them on sale and a new heater for my 40, but I was sick and didn't make it. Sorry you're sick. I don't mean to laugh. Just interesting. I'm on my way to Petco. Got sick. Had to turn around. So we have a deal. I mean, I could show both of them. Honestly, I've been super motivated lately, and I've been getting a lot of stuff done. I've got a lot of videos filmed, and I'll get you both of them. How about I get you both of them this week? Promised. If I have not done it by Thursday morning's live stream, I will refund everyone's money for the month. How about that? That's a deal. Jim Williamson, Lumpy Dog, did you see how clean that tank was? How can you tell? It's like filmed in like 480. Ugh, this tank. This is like, yeah, I don't know, this tank. I had this tank set up for a while. Colombian tetras that you can barely see. Cherry barbs. Corridoras. Way to go, Matthew. Thanks, bud. Amy, hope you feel better. There you go. Amy, I hope you feel better. Yay, Sandy Snake. Awesome. That's probably the Fish Tank Barnes tank. He got all of Jimmy's stuff. Jimmy kept a few of them, though. He kept a few tanks. That was the cleanest rank I've ever seen on your channel. Oh, man. Tank is still there. Oh, there you go right there. Fish Tank Barn. That tank is still there. We didn't tear it down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's one of the few that he's keeping, but I could be wrong. Jeffrey Watts says 4 pea puffers and 4 autocats and it's 20. Make sure you feed those autocats. I have absolutely terrible luck with auto sinkless in new tanks. The only time I've ever been successful with auto sinkless is in tanks that are aged. I've never done well, so make sure you feed them. Jimmy kept the tank behind Bob. Yep, and then you see this useless cloud coming up on the side. I'm glad that thing didn't last. Talk about useless. See, as head of the union, I get stuff done. I think actually Jamie McDonald is head of the union, but Daryl Deemer is in a close second. Mandy is in a close third. Those would be my 3 longest members. Jamie, Daryl, and Mandy. All right, so what else we got going on here, guys? We got another 20 or an hour. 20 or an hour. Let's get your questions in. We've got how many people here? 180 people here. We can get answers, questions right now. Questions answered. Candy has resigned herself to the fact that no likes are to be had. Let her show that's not true. Show some likes, please. I'm feeling a bit dyslexic today. Can you guys tell? What's your favorite Pseudo McGill? Absolutely the Illuminatus. The Illuminati Pseudo McGill is my favorite. And I need to get a video of those out there. I have Pseudo McGill Gertrude. I need a video of those too. So many videos. So much time. So much drama in my life right now. I need to get away cheaply. Creeks Aquatics. I have no idea what you're talking about, but one day at a time, my friend. It'll pass. Candy video playlist watch party tonight. Don't forget popcorn and diet soda. Diet soda? Is Stir by Corey's same lineage as Elegant? You know, that's one of the corridors that I have never kept. The Elegans. The Elegans. What happened to the video this week? Instead of, this weekend? Last weekend? Shh. I don't know what you're talking about. Shh. Bob Kaler had a recent video of an LFS in Atlanta that had a mated pair of zebra plecos for $700. To me, that made sense over a group. Group? Like, I don't know that I could shell out $700 for a pair of zebra plecos. It's a fair price, don't get me wrong. I just don't know if I could do it. Fish Room Fever with the Deuce, thank you. And Creeks Aquatics. And Priscilla saying game over for some reason. I think she wants the stream to end. Thank you for the stickers. I appreciate it. Kenny Schindler says, getting my new AquaNeat light that has 7 different light settings. Looking forward to check this thing out. Well, hopefully it doesn't break like mine did right out of the box. I think $700 is a fair price for if it's a pair. I think it's a fair price. If it's a proven pair, then that's a pretty dang good price. Considering it takes like 2 years for zebra plecos to even reach maturity. Lumpy Dog says $700 for a pair of plecos. You could buy 7 school buildings for that much money. Yeah, that's true. Unless they come with a cave with a clutch of eggs, that's too much up front. Well, adult plecos are expensive. I think that's a pretty fair price, to be honest. And remember, this is at a fish store. This is not AquaBid. This is not buying off Facebook. This is at a fish store. So you got to think fish store pricing. Joel, yep. If it's a breeding pair, it's cheap. Yeah, if it's proven breeders, then that is definitely cheap. Definitely. That is especially, again, fish store pricing. A proven pair of zebra plecos for $700 is a good price. Priscilla MK with the salt. Thank you. I like the new logo, by the way. Looking good. It actually looks really good on YouTube. It's like perfect. I can dig it. My zebras had their first spawn at 3 years. Exactly. So you could buy 100. You could buy for $700. You could buy 7 fry and wait 3 years for them to grow out, or you could buy a spawning pair, spawn them, and have 100 of them in 3 years. So stay salty, Bob. You know, I've cut a lot of salt out of my diet. I've been slowly changing my diet. And I can't even tell you the last time I bought any junk food. And I don't know, I feel like I'm getting kind of grumpy from not eating my junk food. There is a magic amount of crushed coral to gallons to keep pH up in a peacock tank. Is there a magic amount? No. John McClain, there is no magic amount. You have to test your water. All our water is different, so you know how much I have to use in my tank is going to be different than how much someone in Montana has to use, right? Not proven. Wasn't paying $700 for 2. Bought 4. Okay, yeah, $700 for 2. Not proven. That's kind of a gamble, in my opinion. But still, again, fish store pricing. That's a decent price. You changed the diet because you were afraid, like Michael from Michael's Fish Room. No, absolutely not. There are some hikes that require me to be a little bit thinner that I want to go on this year. And yeah, my knees aren't getting any younger. How much did your old group cost? My old pair of zebra plecos, I paid $85 each per zebra pleco. I don't remember how many I had, honestly. I think 6 or 7. I sold them all off for $150 each, and then I kept one. So yeah, I paid $85. I sold them all for $150 each, and kept one, and I still have that one. You changed it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried about heart attacks at all. If I have one, I have one. There's nothing I can do about it, right? Well, obviously, I mean, there's lots you could do about it. But I still eat bacon probably 4 or 5 times a week. So, whatever. If it happens, it happens. I'm not going to stress about it. Is there something else besides methylene blue? I want to hatch my Synodontis eggs, but I cannot get it. So, methylene blue is not a requirement, okay? These fish don't have methylene blue out in the wild. So, it's not like you have to have them to get them to spawn or to get them to hatch. Just keep your water clean. Clean water. How much did your old group cost? Yep. Is there a magic amount? Nope. I set up a CO2 and this Pogostemum octopus is growing like a weed. Matthew, why would you put CO2 on Pogostemum octopus? That grows like a weed without CO2. Barbara says, I can relate. I put on 10 QT pounds, quarantine pounds. Got to get back to eating better and exercise more. That's part of the problem too, is all the hikes have been closed down until, they opened up last month. So by this time, normally in the year, I've gone on, I don't even know how many hikes by now. So, yeah. Bacon is good for you. It has vitamin C in it and stuff. Yeah. Lots of nitrates, too. Kaylor says, Bob had oxalotl spawn. I'll have a bumper crop soon of young oxalotls. I'll keep you in mind. They mix well with rainbows. Bob, no offense, but I have zero interest in oxalotls. And I never have. Maybe someday I will. I don't know what it is about them. They're super fascinating creatures on what they can do. I've just never been interested in them. I love fish. I love newts. I love salamanders. You think that would be like a good fit, but for some reason, I don't know. They just don't interest me. Well, I don't know. Can't explain it. Australia now imprisoning some of its residents. They can't even go outside their front doors. Jeez. Ever thought about doing a 24-hour stream of one of your tanks with music and whatnot? Yes, but I think it would be hard to monitor. Like if it goes down while I'm sleeping, then it's going to be down for like 8 hours. So I'm not sure there's any advantage to it. I know Corey had like some live stream going nonstop for I don't even know how long. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the advantage would be. I know, like, obviously for like music channels that makes sense. I don't know. I've definitely thought about it a lot though, a lot. Try wild boar bacon. I would assume that it's a lot better. I just assume that anything wild is better. It normally is. I can't think of an instance where something wild was not as good as farm bred. Pogostemum octopus makes a decent floating plant for fry cover. Little known fact. Yep, Bob Kaler with the deuce. Thank you. I'm back. I was watching my nephew chase frogs live on Facebook. All right. John says, I'm a yo-yo. Lost 100 pounds in 2 years before my arm surgery, then gained 100 pounds in 2 years. Now I've lost 50 of that so far. That's good. I always fluctuate. Like, I gain weight in the winter, and then I lose it in the spring. But the lack of being outdoors, I'm way behind schedule. Way behind schedule. Husband had us go back to keto on last Monday. I went to the fridge 5 times Friday and cried actual tears for not getting carbs. Oh, I've been slowly trying to get rid of carbs. But bread is so good. Bread is so good. Barbara says, I could not go no carbs. You're braver than I. It would be really hard. I mean, French toast is so good. Sandwiches are so good. I love them. Bob, you know how I said I haven't seen my crested gecko in 2 nights? Caleb just rescued him and got him stuck in the top of the waterfall, climbed up inside it. Yikes. Definitely, I guess, watch for that. Talking about weight, I lost 170 pounds in 2008. I did a lap band, Joel. Hey, whatever it takes. Fish tank barn with the dollar deuce. Thank you. I thought bacon was fat. Bacon is protein. It's protein. I had my first heart attack at 40. How old are you, Bob? I'll be 40 in 29 days. The big 4-0. Dragon Lair Flame is the name of the crested gecko that we all pitched in and helped get for Caleb last year. I found out how out of shape I was moving these tanks. That'll do it. That'll do it. I measure my strength by moving tanks. Like, if I ever started having issues moving tanks, then I definitely will start hitting up the gym. But I can still move a 240-gallon glass tank. No problem. Bob, those Venezuelan Corys I bought from you back in the fall just spawned for me. They're awesome. I love them. Look like some fry will survive. I know I need to get more of those. I wish I could get more of those. I still have a very small group. I think I have 4 of them. 4 or 5 left. Caleb's crying. He is so relieved he is okay. Well, hopefully he learned his lesson and won't go back in the waterfall. He just needed more humidity. Yeah. The good news is like, even if you go a week without seeing them, I mean, those things can last like 2 weeks without eating. So I would assume if you went a week without seeing them, that you would start tearing it apart and find them eventually. What? We having a party? Wait, what? What happened? Gary says, I am in shape. Round is in shape. That is true. Creeks Aquatics says, love French toast. Yep. I'll be having French toast tomorrow. It's so good. It's so good. Bacon has the 3 delicious food groups: salt, fat, and sugar. Yeah, I got some. Well, we'll get back to fish in a second, but I got some bacon that was dipped in brown sugar. It was so good. It was so good. John McClain. Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Don't need anything. Just appreciate the channel and the escape from all the craziness. Thank you, John McClain, with the $5 super chat. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it. Oh, we're having a party for my 40th. I think it's been at least 27 years since I've had a birthday party. I think 13 was probably my last birthday party. Fish-shaped French toast. Do they make bread fish-shaped? Fish-shaped bread. Oh my gosh, Google knew what I was talking about. Holy smokes. Fish-shaped bread is actually a thing. That looks weird and I don't want it. Well then, you're due for a party. I don't know. I'm not much of a party person. 40 shots for your 40th. I definitely do not drink anymore. Congrats, Candy. Congrats again, Candy, on Caleb being healthy for 1 year last week. Yep. Now we can get an update. Now that the crested gecko has been found, we can get an update. Loaves of fishes. Yeah. We're not talking about a school of fishes. We're talking about loaves of fish. Join the Steenfott Love. Jeez. You kidding me, Bob? Are you a caveman? No birthday parties? I've never been a partier ever. Like, even when I was an alcoholic, I didn't go to parties. I wouldn't even go to parties to get drunk. So, coffee tastes 38% better in a Steenfott mug. Get one here. Oh yeah, you can get your stuff again. There you go. Sounds weird, but I'm in. What, for loaves? Oh no, you are in the Steenfott Loave. Taiyaki is a fish-shaped sweet pancakes filled with sweet bean paste. I don't know what any of that is, but it sounds disgusting. Sweet bean paste and taiyaki? Ugh. Look. Pancakes with boysenberry? Boysenberry? I don't want to know what that's made out of. Okay, Candy, if Bob and I get babies from Magic and Semi, I'll have to send one Semi. I don't even know my snake's name anymore. I don't know that she'll have snakes in her house. I don't know. Ooh, I'm really pink today. What the? I just looked at myself for the first time. It's actually pretty good. I don't know. Can I just have bacon? Like, can I just have bacon and regular old French toast? I guess I'm boring. How do you stream if you're an introvert and an antisocial person? Pug Tanks, streaming is perfect for introverts. Oops. I mean, look at this. As an introvert, how many people do we got here? 185 people, and I'm alone in my room. How great is that? How great is that? Sweet bean paste again sounds weird, but I'm in. I don't even want to know. Caleb wants a snake. Me, not so much. I would think a carpet python would be a great snake. A great first snake. It's true. We need 7 more likes. I don't know how many we're at, but I'm guessing that means we're at 93. So if we can get 7 more, I would appreciate it. Not introverted, just antisocial. Yeah, people kind of piss me off too. Mike would move out if I moved a snake in. Well, it sounds like if you got one snake, you could get a lot more fish tanks, right? That's what I see out of that. Blank wants one too, but I said nope. A nope rope. There's nothing wrong with snakes. I don't get what the big deal is. Like, even getting bit by snakes doesn't hurt. Sweet bean paste is debomb.com, also called Anko. All this weird food you guys have down there, Barbara, down there in California, makes me not want to come. If I come to California, is there anywhere I can go for just French toast and bacon? Like, I don't need any of that fancy stuff. The place I used to work for, I used to work for a resort that I left last year. It's 7 restaurants. And out of 7 restaurants, I couldn't just get French toast. Like, all I want is French. No. It's got to be some fancy French toast with some sort of crust on it and some sort of topping. And I'm like, I just want French toast. Why does everything have to be so fancy? I got one snake. You just don't want one getting loose in the house. Well, guess what? You probably have had a snake in your house and you don't even know it. Like, who cares? Snakes are not bad. Snakes are good. Snakes are friends. Snakes are friends. It's just like spiders. I would never get rid of a spider out of my house. Ever. I have Harry 2.0 is in my shower almost every morning. It's a wolf spider. He's probably about, I don't know, maybe I first saw him as a baby, but he's probably about an inch right now, maybe a little bigger. And I would much rather have him than whatever it is he's finding to eat in the house. Probably all the crickets that got loose. Probably all the bugs that I brought into this house that have gotten loose. I don't know. But whatever he is eating, I would much rather have him than what he is eating. Knott's Berry Farm Boysenberry pie is special. That's where they invented the boysenberry. I'm Google searching boysenberry. As a cross among the European raspberry and the European blackberry, the American dewberry, I almost said dew baby, and loganberry. I've never heard of a loganberry. Well, there you go. Yes, come over to LA. I take you to Simple Dinner Black Bear Diner. See? Now, I don't like that kind of bear. Is it? I hope it's like bear the animal, not bear like take your clothes off. Black Bear Diner. Okay. It's the good bear. Some of our dining rooms are now open. See, this looks like somewhere that I could get behind. The heck is going on outside? Crickets suck. Yes, never again. Never again. Going to find out if my overflows on my outside betta tanks work. It's been pouring rain for 45 minutes. It doesn't sound like it's gonna stop soon. I bought those Knott's Berry Farm boysenberry trees. Are amazing. I eat them every morning now. Berries are everywhere in my backyard. Brioche? Nah, not a fan. Not a fan. Getting late here in Canada. Mr. B's Fish and Things. What's up, buddy? Good night, everyone. Got to go, he says. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. That's enough with the boysenberry. It's a nice restaurant. It looks actually pretty cool. Black Bear Diner. Menu. I don't care about that. Breakfast. Here we go. Black Bear Diners are great. We have one a mile from my house. Weekly visit. I mean, it looks pretty decent. We had a bacon bar open up by me, and it is costing me a fortune. I had to force myself to stop buying food from the bacon bar because it is really good. Y'all do know Jay Aquariums is having Jim Karnak on tonight. He's starting now. There you go. What else we got going on here? Dank Tank's lurking. I don't know. Is he? Bob Vance is here. Vance Refrigeration. Holder County's Inn Restaurants has the best regular French toast and the best bacon to 4 miles from my house. All right. Now I'm sold. You got me coming back. I'll come back to California. I wasn't going to come, but now I will. I got one snake. It's a cat scratch. Most people suck. Yep. What? I don't know. We have over 200 people here. That's crazy. Golf Monday means late to the stream. The devil bowed his head because he knew that he'd been beat. He laid the golden fiddle on the ground at Johnny's feet. Yes, Charlie Daniels. We lost Charlie Daniels today. Rest in peace. I love that song. Saw Jim the past 2 weeks on RFBF, so I'll get the replay this week. Yeah. Yep. All right, fish question, guys. Let's go. Let's get some fish questions. Fish. That's why we're here. Fish. What do you guys recommend? What do you recommend I put in my 55-gallon tank? Apologizes for what? Love your streams, Bob. Would you recommend any rainbows as tank mates with Odessa barbs? Absolutely, I would. I would do anything other than pseudomagills. That's it. Just don't put pseudomagills and you'll be fine. Rainbow fish do really well with fin nippers. They do well with fish that can be semi-aggressive. They definitely can hold their own. So yeah, Odessa barbs, A-okay with rainbow fish. Like I said, just don't get any of the smaller ones like pseudomagills, and you'll be fine. Kaylor's Aquatics says, I just saw a pickle juice challenge going around. I don't know what that is, but that sounds absolutely disgusting. I know what pickle juice is, but I don't know what this challenge is. But what? Why string algae? Why string algae? Because it's the best algae. That's why. Tall or low boy? Tall rainbow fish, low boy rainbow fish, and plecos. Wait, tall or low boy? I don't get it. Tiffany White says, do you keep Kamaka rainbows? I do have Kamaka rainbows. About 10 of them, I believe. About 10 of them. Gary Duncan says, good night, Bob. Got to run. It is getting kind of late on the almost said West Coast, East Coast. Thanks for hanging out, Gary. I appreciate it. Pickle juice. I love pickles. Pickles are disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. What a surprise. I don't like pickles, right? Tiffany White, I do have Kamaka rainbows. And I do not have any for sale, unfortunately. 55 gallons, planted angelfish. I just got rid of my last 2 angelfish, I think 2 weeks ago, to Danny. Am I breeding the Kamakas? That is the goal. That is the goal. No breeding as of yet. I got the last batch that I ordered. Almost all of them died. I saved a couple of them. They're pretty small. And I'm like very paranoid of adding them to my other group of adults. But that group, there's only, I think I only have 4 adults. It's really hard to get rainbow fish to spawn in small numbers. Like if you have 1 male and 1 female, it's almost impossible to get them to spawn. So as soon as I'm confident in these new Kamakas, I'll add them to the group, and hopefully that'll get me up to about the 9 or 10 mark, and hopefully they'll start spawning. I have unfortunately, I have lots of rainbows where I only have like 1 pair of, or a trio. I have 1 pair of Glossolepis Gitamin. I have a trio of Pygmaeas. I have like a trio of Centenniensis. And it's going to be just about impossible to get them to spawn, but I'm going to try. I'm trying. I'm not going to try. I am trying, and so far, nothing. Why use many words when few words do trick? They're doing great. Pretty sure they are a pair. Well, that would be cool if they spawn. What were those? Koi angels, I believe. Who's making Bob a pickle pie for his birthday? That sounds absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. That sounds horrible. Zen, what? Where? Who's making? Oh, I just read it. Pickle juice out of the jar, middle of the night, priceless. What? Anyways, I love the look of angelfish, but I've never had a desire to own them. Not sure why. Same. I'm in that same boat, Barbara. It's one of those fish that they're interesting. They have pretty cool behavior as well. They got great personalities, but just again, one of those fish that have never really interested me. I have my Leopoldi, and that's probably where it's going to end with angelfish. Yeah, I do love like the red, like the super red angelfish, but yeah, generally not for me. I'm so over angelfish. People keep giving me males, and I never find big females to go with them. Bob, I just got over ick in my community tank. Treated for 10 days. Water change every day and dosing IckX. It's been a week with no sign of ick. Should I be good to stop treating? Yes. I would do exactly what IckX tells you to do. Exactly. If you have a recipe, I will. Oh, you're going to make pickle pie? Have fun. Have fun. Bryce says, favorite sellers on AquaBid for guppies and mollies. I have none. I don't buy either of those on AquaBid. And if I do, It's completely random. I bought in guppies. So my red Moscow guppies came from AquaBid, but that was like 4 years ago. I couldn't tell you who that person was, and who knows if they're even still there, right? Anytime I bought in guppies off AquaBid, it's just random. The only thing I do when I look at AquaBid is make sure that the person is legit, has real reviews, not fake reviews. It's really, really easy to make fake reviews on AquaBid. It's actually insanely easy, which is one of the reasons I don't like AquaBid. It's so... Anyways, it's very easy to scam people on AquaBid. And I emailed them in the past on fixing it, on how easy it would be to fix it, and they just didn't care at all. And that's honestly why I stopped using AquaBid for like 3 years. But there's been some really good Rainbowfish sellers on AquaBid, and don't really have a choice. Can't buy them anywhere else. Crested Aquatics says, angels are beautiful. Sand Creek's angels are beautiful. They are now at fish room fevers. Yes, that is true. Like I said, I don't have any rational reason why I don't want to keep rainbow fish. There's definitely these kinds that I don't like. But like I said, I love the Leopoldi. I love anything with red, any angelfish with red in it, I like. Kamakas have a death wish when it comes to shipping. Yeah, they're just something with, man, there's just something with kamakas that I've just had really, really bad luck with. Like, insanely bad luck. Does ick have to be brought into your tank? I heard that it can be dormant in a tank. I hadn't added any fish for over a month. I only added a plant from Aquarium Co-op. I mean, there's a few like theories of ick that I don't know. I don't know that. Maybe I'm sure somebody knows for sure, but I don't know. I've only had ick once. Before I started buying wholesale fish, I've only had ick ever once. Just once. How do you tell if it's a fake review as an AquaBid noob? So the thing you want to look for is someone with lots and lots of reviews. That's usually a good sign. The other thing, let me pull up AquaBid. It's kind of... So usually what will happen, I don't know if I'm able to find one just right off the bat here, but we'll see. Nope. Guppies. Let's go to guppies. I'm probably not going to be able to find one right now. Of course. Okay, so basically, when you're looking at the reviews, if they only have like 10 reviews, you actually have to look at the reviews, but you have to look at how many reviews the reviewer has as well, because you can make an infinite amount of accounts on AquaBid and just keep posting reviews. And the thing is, since none of the auctions actually go through AquaBid, like an eBay or a different auction site like Get Gills, like I could list a fake, just any auction. I don't even have to have the fish. I can just list it, and then I can log over to my other account and I can buy it immediately. And then boom, I now have 2 different accounts and I can leave reviews for each of them. So you want to look for like the same person leaving reviews over and over and over, things like that. Yeah, but they're usually pretty easy to spot. You just have to be mindful and look for it. John, maybe she's worried there's another dog in the kennel. She wants to make sure. My dog is weird. She doesn't like being in her kennel, but if the door is shut, she paws at it and stares at me. If I open the door, she just walks away from it. Dogs are weirdos. That's why I love them. 1 bad review to 10 reviews, or 10 to 15. Any fake review won't have any negative reviews. I know people. So there was a breeder local to me that had 237 reviews, all positive. And it was completely legit. Not a single negative review. So they're out there. John, maybe you should remember you lose audio when you go to that screen. Yeah, I wasn't going to change over. I was just... If I found one, I would have changed over. But nice to know I've never ordered anything from AquaBid. Yeah, and you get 0 support from AquaBid. So if you get scammed, they don't even care. They won't do anything for you. Luckily, you still pay with eBay, and eBay will help you. So AquaBid, forget about it. They don't even care. What else we got going on here? We're gonna go till 6:30, I think, tonight. 6:30. So you got 17 minutes to get your questions in. Mason says, what program do you use to make your background invisible so it shows the tank? That would be OBS Studio. It is free. 100% free. Java moss is the best nitrate eliminator among aquarium plants. Is that true? No. Java moss is extremely slow growing, which means it consumes nitrates very slow. Fast growing plants are going to obviously, well, I mean, I guess I say obviously, but maybe not. Fast growing plants consume nitrates faster than slow growing plants. That seems obvious, but I'm just going to put it out there. And Java moss is definitely not a fast growing plant. Smashing some spaghetti, then dinner, i.e. dessert steak. Oh man, I could go for some really good spaghetti right now. Actually, just any good Italian in general. Man, talk about carbs. Anyways, get gills as hobbyist stores and most seem trustworthy. Yeah, I really haven't heard any negative reviews on Get Gills. I think it was Barbara. Did you say? Yeah, Barbara. I'm thinking of trying Get Gills. The only thing I don't like about Get Gills is they don't use PayPal. There's no PayPal integration. But it's coming. It's coming. I've been told it's coming. Pothos works well for cleaning the water. Maybe too good. Yes, pothos grows insanely fast. If you have like high nitrates consistently, like guppy grass will suck that stuff up so fast. Like guppy grass loves nitrates. If you have issues with growing guppy grass, it's because you don't have enough nitrates. Plain and simple. What are some fast growing red plants that could be attached to bonsai tree? I don't know of any fast growing red plants. Not a single one. There's plants. You can get some plants to turn red, like there's some rotala plants, but you can't attach it to a tree. They have to be planted. And rotala plants grow fast, but you can't really attach them to things. Eric Furlow with the deuce. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. We already got that one. My Java fern looks bad and grows slowly. Any ideas? You can basically, as far as look bad, are there like little pinhole needles in it? Is it yellowing? Once you figure out which you just look at it, right? If it has pinholes, then you can look up what the deficiency is. If it's yellowing, you can look up what the deficiency is. But if you just want something easy, just get Easy Green. I don't know if you fertilize at all, but chances are you have some sort of deficiency. So I would try fertilizing. String algae took over in 3 days vacation. Stuck to plants, hard to remove. Start over. String algae is so easy to get rid of, though. It's pretty easy. I mean, honestly, you can pretty much pull it all out by hand or with a toothbrush or with anything, and then just do a water change, and that's pretty much it. It's a real... String algae, hair algae is, in my opinion, some of the easiest to get rid of. It's yellow, and I'm using Easy Green and Easy Iron. Well, let's check it out. Edward, what? Java fern. All right. Where are we at here? You said you're using Easy Iron even, huh? Yellow could be magnesium, but most likely potassium. Also nitrogen. So yellowing, let me move this over here. Yellowing could be magnesium. If it's yellow and the veins are green, it's magnesium. If it's yellow and the tips are turning brown, it's potassium. If it's yellow and the leaves are stunted, it's nitrogen. Those are the deficiencies. You can actually, all I did was Google aquarium plant deficiency chart. Very helpful. Excuse me. Now, it's just generalized, all right? So it does make a difference if you inject CO2, it can be different. But generally, it's a pretty good chart. Mike says, I've been messing around with a different food to see the differences in the amount of eggs Rainbowfish produce. Northfin Fry Starter is pretty amazing if you don't have any live foods. I've heard nothing but good things about Northfin. Never used it myself, but everyone seems to love it. Bob, I'm using Thrive caps and I can't get rid of nitrates no matter how much water I change. My next step is I stopped with the Thrive. So in my experience, Thrive is really, really good, but I think it's geared more towards like high tech setups, which means it's going to have higher nitrates. Because if you're pumping in CO2 when you have high light, then you need lots of nitrate. So I haven't used Thrive in a really long time, and I've never used the Thrive caps. So keep that in mind. Take what I say with a grain of salt. But it's a decent product, and I have used it on and off over the years. But like I said, I think it's geared more towards high tank setups. Trying out some hyacinth in my sump, hoping it does a good job sucking up some nitrates. It should. That's a good one to use. What was my first aquarium fish? New to the channel, but I see the hat and I'm subbed now. There's no way that I would ever remember my first aquarium fish. But if I had to guess, I mean, this is like 28 years ago. Just knowing me, it's either a bala shark, a rainbow shark, or a red-tailed shark. That had to be my first fish. I don't think it could be anything else. As a kid, I was in love with anything sharks. Oh gosh, I have a batch of Epistle Fry blue steels and it's second female. Nice. Yeah, so I can't remember. I mean, I could barely remember yesterday, let alone 28 years ago. But I also was in love with clown loaches when I first got into the hobby. So clown loaches, actually a clown loach might have been my first fish. I think it was clown loaches and bala sharks. And I think I got rainbow sharks later. And I had all of this crammed into a 29-gallon tank. Yeah, so I was not a good fish keeper. But I was like 13. What did I know? My first fish was an Oscar and a firemouth that my brother left to me when he left for the Army. An Oscar and a firemouth. Usually guppies are first fish for a lot of people. I was never into guppies ever until a couple years ago. Clown loach in a small tank. Yep, that was me. And to make it even better, I'm pretty sure I only had one. Because I was the kid that was like, I want one of those and one of those and one of those. I didn't know anything about schooling, shoaling. I didn't even know about cycling, for crying out loud. Keep in mind, we didn't have the internet back then either. And I was coming from a reptile background. So I had and still have like hundreds of reptile books and magazines. But when I got into fish, I just like emptied out one of my reptile tanks, which was a 29-gallon, and put fish in it. Who got you into fish? Family early in life. It was probably my uncle. I was big into reptiles. I got into reptiles by myself. No one influenced that except for me. Like I've loved reptiles since the start. And then my uncle had a lot of fish tanks, and I think I was just trying something new. Like I had all these empty reptile tanks laying around, so I figured I'd try fish. I was that kid at 10 years old. Yeah, I mean, honestly, probably 99% of us were. There's going to be the people who be like, oh, that was not me. But let's be real. We've all made mistakes. We've all done stuff we shouldn't. First fish, a bucket of newly hatched zebra danios I paid 25 cents for. Poor things didn't fare well. Yeah, that's kind of oh, carnival goldfish. That's probably a lot of first fishes too. Barbara Jackson, my first fish or my kid's first fish. Carnival goldfish. Yep. Bob, we had never heard of those fish when we got my first fish, a pair of pink convicts from Woolworth's department store. Wow. That's crazy. I remember that. I thought Firemouth was never going to grow and the Oscar was exploding. Edward says, Guppies started it all for me. Have had a few breeds I'm working on right now. That's cool. Yeah, Guppies never really did it for me. Like, even when I was, like, I mean, you can go back to when I first started, like, live streaming on YouTube. And when I first started live streaming on YouTube, I was really into African cichlids, and Corey was really into guppies. And we would go back and forth and make fun of each other. My first pet was a green anole lizard at 11 years old. That sounds almost identical to me. Green anole lizard was my first. My second was the longtail lizard. I have always loved longtail lizards, and I hope to one day again soon do like a grassland enclosure and do like 100 longtail lizards. I think that would be awesome. Yep. See, I'm telling you. Aquarium Co-op says you're wrong. Guppies are best. Now, I wasn't saying one was better than the other, but I remember being on one of your live streams, and someone asked, like, what did I like about African cichlids? And you said something like, well, any idiot can breed them, that's why he likes them, or something like that. I don't know. It was pretty funny. Man, those live streams were awful. I keep guppies and community fish in my show tanks and all African cichlids in my room. Man. Had a betta as a kid, but angels were my first fish as a hobbyist about 6 years ago. There you go, angelfish, huh? I will say, I did own angelfish as a kid. I'm not too much into them now, like I said earlier, but I did have a couple as a kid. Same Barbara, but Mama made us to what? Wait. Bob, what are you talking about? Same Barbara, but Mama made us to a cafeteria down the street. I'm confused. Bob Van says, we had 3 goldfish when I was young, about 7 years old, in a 30-gallon only substrate. Why my dad had to pull rocks out of them frequently. 30-gallon only substrate, likely fancy. I'm so confused. That's all right. We got 4 minutes left. I'll get through these comments. My first pet was a leopard gecko at 4, and I have like 20 reptiles now. But my focus now is fish. I told you guys I was feeling dyslexic today. Let me just start that over. My first pet was a leopard gecko at 4, and I have like 20 reptiles now. But my fish focus now is the new Endler hybrids I have created. Whew, that was difficult. They're great because of shell dwellers. Lunch counter at Woolworths. Okay. Woolworths. Oh, Barbara, I missed the lunch counter. I remember when Sears used to have food, and that used to be my favorite thing about going to the mall, was the ices at Sears. Used to love that crap. Mike says, I remember doing a saltwater tank as a kid, and it is definitely time to end the stream because I can't even read. I remember trying to do a saltwater as a kid in a 29 in the 80s. Didn't end well. Man, this is brutal. The thing is, if I don't speed read, I don't read at all. Like, the problem is I'm trying to read these slow. Guppies rule my first fish. I never stopped having them. You just can't ignore those puppy eyes. Edward Wooms. Sorry, I probably did not pronounce that. But anyways, you're almost there, Bob. You could do it. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Edward. Oh, man, I just butchered your last name, too. Icy's at Kmart, too. Yep. Icy's anywhere. I mean, Icy's at 7-Eleven, Sears. You guys remember Best, the department store Best? They had really good food. Man, I got my first 13-inch color TV at Best. Love that store. They need to open up a hot dog stand at Home Depot. They used to, Curtis, at my Home Depot, have a hot dog stand, and I guess it didn't do well because it's not there anymore. We still have the same alphabet as before COVID, right? Funny. Very funny. My first adult job was at a candy counter at the Emporium department store. Gained some huge weight from that department. I bet. Oh, man. My brother's first job was at KFC, and every single day he would just bring like bags, like the giant bags full of KFC. Best was a great store. Yep. I'm glad someone else remembers it. They have it here. It's just closed because of COVID. Guppies rule. Okay. All right, guys. I'm calling it. Let's see. Website. The website's back up. Go check it out. There's less fish. And the schedule change, videos Wednesdays and Saturdays, and live streams stay the same. That's it. That's it. You hung around for an hour and a half for that, so that's your fault, not mine. Let's see. You got a lot of people to thank. New member Jenna, thank you. Joel, Fish Tank Barn, Bob Kaler, Zen Ginger, Matthew Vargas, Pet Exotics, Fish from Fever, Creeks Aquatics, Priscilla, Kaler, Fish Tank Barn, John McLean, Eric Furlow, and Edward. I almost said Wooms again. Wooms. Thank you guys all for the super chat. We had 230 people here at one point, which is absolutely fantastic. So all you lurkers, I love you just as much. Mods, thank you for linking, Candy, for the links and controlling chat, even though we don't get trolls here anymore, which is kind of disappointing, but that just means the mods are awesome. So with that said, thank you everyone. Please hit that thumbs up on your way out if you haven't, and I will see you this Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific. And remember, I gotta say it. Keep your sleeves dry and your dreams wet.